Hey everybody, Cowboy Brett coming to you from the Alfalfa Bale studio with a tall tale today. We're going to talk about the Medill Roundup Club back in '83. At the tail end of the Medill Roundup Club in August of '83, Charlie Thompson won the calf roping there. And Charlie was a friend of my dad's, and we were standing there. I was 12 years old, and we were standing there at the edge of the rodeo arena visiting, and Charlie was standing there holding his buckle, and I had it in a white box, and it was a Montana Silversmith buckle with red jewels on it and everything, and it was just shining and bright and pretty and fancy and everything, and it was so impressive to me that I knew somebody who was actually in the rodeo and who actually won the rodeo and was holding this buckle standing there in front of me talking to my dad. That was cool. Dad knows that guy, and now I know that guy, and that was kind of a big deal. So I'm sitting there oohing and on over this buckle, and while he's sitting there talking to Dad, he's just kind of standing there holding everything like that. And I said, hey, can I see your buckle? And so he says, sure. And he reaches over and hands it to me. And I'm looking at it, and I'm just thinking this is the coolest thing in the whole wide world. And I go to hand it back to him, and he goes, have you won a buckle before? And I said, no, sir, not yet. And he said, well, tell you what, you keep this one. And when you win your first buckle, you can bring it back to me. And I thought, I can't do, no, sir, I can't do that. And he goes, yeah, you take it. You hang on to it, and when you win your first buckle, then you can bring it back to me. But you wear it until you win your first one. And I looked at Dad, and Dad looked at me and goes, you heard him, son. Okay. So that was on a Saturday night. I wore that buckle proudly to school on Monday. And man thought I was 10 foot tall and bulletproof. Thought I was all that in a bag of chips. And that buckle was probably bigger than I was. I mean, I was 12 years old, and I don't remember how much I weighed, but it wasn't much because I was skinny as a rail back then and real tall and lanky and everything. I tell everybody when I stood sideways and stuck my tongue out, it looked like a zipper. And so there wasn't much to me. So that was in August. Those rodeos are usually around the 18th to the 23rd of August, somewhere in that neighborhood. And it just so happened the next month in September, there was a youth rodeo, a kids rodeo down in Gainesville, Texas. And I went down there, and Kyle and Tammy and I all just went nuts down there and won a bunch. And so I happened to win 3 or 4 buckles down there. They were giving buckles per event down there at that rodeo. And so I won 3 or 4 of them that night, and a saddle, or not a saddle, but a trophy, and a grease pig, and some spurs, and the whole 9 yards. So I had a big day down there. But I won my first buckles, the point. And so when I got home that next week, I told Dad, I said, we got to go find Charlie. And so I sought Charlie out, gave him that buckle back from the Medill Roundup Club that I'd only had it a month. But it was so humbling and so inspiring of him to be able to just hand that buckle over to me as a kid like that. And I just thought the world of that. And now that I'm older and I've won a few buckles of my own, I've been able to take the opportunity to, on a few occasions, to be able to give those to a kid who hadn't won one before, and make the same deal with them. When you win your first one, bring it back to me, or if you want to keep it, keep it. And it's fun to be able to do that. And for those of you that are out there roping and running barrels and competing and stuff like that, keep those kids in mind, because I'm telling you what, it meant the world to me. It really did. So because of that, Charlie holds a very dear place in my heart. And when I was talking to him about calf roping and everything, he said, yeah, my dad used to be real tough on me when it came to practice and everything. And I said, really? I said, how'd you get so good? Because I've never to this day, I've never seen Charlie Thompson miss a calf. I haven't seen him rope very many, but I haven't ever seen him miss one. And he said when he was a kid that his dad would have him practice roping a bale of hay, and he had to rope the bale of hay underneath the bottom strand of wire on the hay 100 times in a row before he got to eat dinner. And I thought, whoa, that is some serious practice right there when you get dinner involved. But Charlie was good, and it set an example for me, and it showed me what you could do, because he was good, and he was a good guy. But I sure appreciated him doing that, and I sure enjoy the fact that I get to do that from time to time with kids these days. So if you're in that spot, take a shot. Give a kid a chance, give him something to brag on, and give him something to be responsible about bringing it back to you and everything. And it goes a long ways. It meant the world to me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button, follow the channel, share it with your friends, and we sure do appreciate it. In the meantime, this is Cowboy Brett coming to you from the Alfalfa Bale studio. Y'all be safe.